On Sunrise and streaming on CrossroadsToday.com, a suspect is recovering at a Victoria area hospital after an officer-involved shooting over the weekend. And continuing coverage on the deadly arrest of Tyre Nichols, court records show the former 5 officers charged in his death are set to be arraigned together on February 17th. And in Washington, President Joe Biden set to meet with House Speaker Kevin McCarthy on Wednesday to discuss the debt ceiling.
Let's take a look on the outside. This is a live view once again from Cuero with cloudy skies, cold conditions. Temperatures still continue to drop around the Crossroads region. Frozen precipitation possible in some parts of the Crossroads region, yes, beginning today. We'll talk about that in your forecast.
You're watching 25 News Now Sunrise. Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Carolina Astrain. Today is the 30th day of January 2023. The time is now 6:31 on your Monday morning, and on this day in 1931, City Lights had its world premiere. And I was just talking to First Warn Storm team meteorologist Trey Mining about this wonderful movie. Trey, it's been a while, but it's got one of the best romantic storylines, I think, out there.
Sure does, sure does. Good songs to it, a very romantic feel to the movie, so classic too. So check it out if you can. And it'll be a good day to do so because it's definitely going to be cold on the outside, kind of rainy as well. 44 degrees in Victoria. Northerly winds begin to pick up now, 15 miles per hour, gust over 20 miles per hour, and the dew point's in the 40s, so we have enough moisture in the air for a few rain showers here and there, and mostly light drizzle throughout most of the Crossroads region are not being able to pick up by radar, but some heavy precipitation is occurring from Wharton area near Bay City and Wharton Ocampo, they're basically there, Palacios, and going on toward the Houston-Galveston area today. Cold temperatures have made it to the Crossroads, continue to get colder in time. Rain chances as well, we have those in the forecast. Freezing rains in the northern county, specifically for Gonzales County. There is a winter weather advisory, you see there, goes into effect at 9 o'clock today till noon on your Wednesday, so it's extended quite a bit through the mid part of the week. And we'll take a look at the winter storm severity index. This gives you an idea of what they expect out there in the western parts of the state of Texas. Here is I-35. We are off the chart here, well south of Austin. But all these areas here, Junction area, Sonora, San Angelo, Brownwood, Hamilton, toward Dallas-Fort Worth area to Austin, San Antonio area, and especially in the hill country, the majority of this area here, could have a moderate winter storm severity index next couple of days. And not the case around here, though, except for Gonzales County, where we have that winter weather advisory from this morning till about noon on your Wednesday for the possible freezing rain up there. Temperatures for us still continue to remain cold. Got your full forecast coming up a little bit later on. Carolina?
Thank you, Trey. A suicide bomber attacked a mosque this morning within a police compound in the northwestern Pakistani city of Peshawar. Authorities say at least 28 people are dead and as many as 150 worshippers are hurt. Most of the casualties are police officers. The targeted mosque is located within a sprawling compound, which also serves as the city's police headquarters. Police say between 300 to 350 worshippers were inside the mosque when the bomber detonated his explosives. No one immediately claimed responsibility for this bombing. And this morning at 9 o'clock in the morning, there will be a press conference regarding a June 2022 cybersecurity crime report. And that's going to be at 102 North Clinton Street in Cuero. DeWitt County Judge Daryl Fowler will be presiding over the press conference. Search efforts continue this morning for a man who went missing in Port O'Connor over the weekend. The incident has left the Port O'Connor community in shock, but friends and family of the victim say they still have hope. The Port Lavaca Wave released these photos from a vigil Saturday night. The Texas Parks and Wildlife Department are expected to use advanced sonar radar technology to aid in the search this morning. Hunter Hadley disappeared Friday night after a boat crash. McCoy Wagner, who was also on board the boat, was hurt in the crash. He was transported to a San Antonio hospital in serious condition. Friends of Hadley's family say they will continue to share every update with us. We will update you as more information becomes available. A suspect was shot by Victoria police officers Friday night. This happened after the suspect reportedly shot 2 people at an apartment complex. The shooting happened around 10 p.m. Friday in the 2400 block of North Ben Wilson. Officers on scene say they were met with an armed suspect in the parking lot and an officer opened fire. The 26-year-old suspect was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. The 2 shooting victims, a 37-year-old woman and a 45-year-old man, were also taken to a hospital. The woman has since been released and the man is in a stable condition. The 26-year-old suspect is also in a stable condition at a Victoria hospital. The officer involved is on administrative leave pending a full investigation. The Texas Rangers are investigating the officer-involved shooting. Police did not release details on what may have led to the shooting. The 5 former Memphis police officers charged in the beating death of Tyree Nichols are set to be arraigned together next month. Court records show Desmond Mills Jr., Emmett Martin, Demetrius Haley, Justin Smith, and Tadarius Bean will all be arraigned together on February 17th. They have been charged with second-degree murder, aggravated kidnapping, aggravated assault, official misconduct, and official oppression, and have since been released from jail on bond. Bean, Mills, and Smith posted a $250,000 bond, while Haley and Martin posted a $350,000 bond. We'll go to Washington for the latest on Tyree Nichols' arrest later on Sunrise. President Joe Biden and Republican House Speaker Kevin McCarthy are expected to meet Wednesday to discuss the debt ceiling. Discussions come as the U.S. government hit its statutory debt limit earlier this month, and the Treasury Department said that at the time it had begun resorting to extraordinary measures to pay the bills ahead of the June 5th deadline to act or risk default. The president will host McCarthy at the White House and discuss his plans to grow the economy while bringing down the deficit. And the president will also ask McCarthy about his economic plans. We now turn to the children and the danger of social media. A new poll finds the issue that worries parents the most about their children is their mental health. And now the nation's top doctor is addressing the issue, suggesting tougher age restrictions.
This morning, the U.S. Surgeon General taking a stand against kids on social media, saying 13 is still too young.
I personally, based on the data I've seen, believe that 13 is too early. And I think that it's a time, early adolescence, where kids are developing their identity, their sense of self.
ABC News medical contributor Dr. Alok Patel says research shows the Surgeon General is right.
Those brains are still developing, and we have enough research to show that constant social media scrolling can actually affect brain chemistry in these young kids. There's plenty of research to suggest that social media, especially social media addiction, can have a negative impact on teens' mental health, increasing risk of conditions such as anxiety, depression, body dysmorphia, disrupting sleep, schoolwork. Teens are even exposed to misinformation, hate speech, cyberbullying, and predators out there who want to manipulate teens and get their identity and their privacy.
This teen told us images she saw on social media left her feeling inadequate.
It's just so stressful to pick one picture that has to be perfect.
When it comes to age, most of the popular social media apps are ages 12 and up. Only Twitter has a 17 and older requirement. Industry executives point out social media's benefits.
The research that we've seen is that using social apps to connect with other people can have positive mental health benefits.
But many experts and parents insist restraints are needed.
I simply do not think we have the ability to keep every teen out there from getting on a device and lying about their age. But I think it's important that we have a transparent, necessary conversation about the risks, not only from a public health perspective, but from the companies themselves.
Even in China, where TikTok was developed, there's an age and time restriction on the Chinese version. Those under 14 can only access it on youth mode and for just 40 minutes a day. Advocates want similar controls here in the U.S. Derek Dennis, ABC News, New York.
Leading us to your viewer poll, what concerns you the most about your child being on social media? Okay, let's take a look. 2% of you say mental health, 82% of you say predators, 2% of you say explicit content, 14% of you say cyberbullying, and none of you are worried about viral trends. We want to hear from you. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote. You can also scan the QR code right there on your screen to take part. The city of Alhambra honored Brandon Say, the hero who disarmed a gunman during Lunar New Year celebrations in Monterey Park, California. It's been 1 week since the mass shooting at the Star Ballroom Dance Studio was carried out by Huu Can Tran and left 11 dead and 9 others hurt. Alhambra has hosted Lunar New Year celebrations since 1993, with one of the main activities being a one-day street festival in the heart of downtown. In addition to the presentation of the medal, attendees were able to enjoy food, speeches, performances, and more. All right, get your cell phone and scan this QR code. We made it easy to download the Crossroads Today app. You can get breaking news alerts, vote in our viewer poll, get the latest news, weather, and sports, and learn all about our ongoing contests like Lean On Me. Right there on the app, submit those news tips and photos. The time is now 6:40 on your Monday morning. Here's a look at what's coming up on 25 News Now Sunrise. 2 teens facing several charges this morning, including the unlawful carrying of a weapon.
The new calls for nationwide police reform in the wake of the death of Tyre Nichols as his family now prepares to lay him to rest. I'm ABC's Justin Finch. The latest from Memphis ahead.
Cold temperatures have arrived and continue to get colder by, of course, we're already past 6 a.m. 25-degree wind chill factor in Gonzales. Run this model throughout the rest of the day. It even gets colder by 11 o'clock. In the teens for wind chill factor in Gonzales and mid-20s in Victoria by 8 o'clock this evening. Bundle up, everybody. We'll give you the details on the cold forecast coming up.
Do you have pain, numbness, or burning in your hands or feet?
I got my flexibility back. Pain is gone.
Prickling pain often caused by peripheral neuropathy?
The Zappo feeling has gone away and there's no pain.
Are you suffering from chronic knee pain and stiffness? Or have you been told that knee surgery is your only option?
Now that I've had this treatment and I can walk a little bit, I feel like I got my life back.
Call Neurogenics now. Our physician-run medical offices in Victoria are helping our Texas patients move on from their chronic knee pain and their pain and numbness from peripheral neuropathy without surgery and without medications. Our treatments are covered by Medicare and most insurance.
You can move around, you can go back to what you used to do.
To get relief just for my toes, it makes me feel like $1 million.
Call Neurogenics now. Our unique non-drug, non-surgical, and non-chiropractic treatment program is helping our Texas patients end their chronic knee pain and peripheral neuropathy pain. Call us now. Neurogenics is standing by to help you move on from the pain.
Get 12 grand off new Rams today at Victoria Dodge Jeep Ram. 12 grand off. And if that's not good enough, get low 2.9% financing for 6 years on new Ram trucks. And if that's still not good enough, get low 1.9% financing for 72 months on 2023 Grand Cherokees. It's the new year, new ride sale going on at Victoria Dodge with 12 grand off Rams and 10 grand off Dodge Durangos. We're making it happen today at Victoria Dodge, victoriadodge.com.
Good morning, current time is 6:43, and check this out right here. This is the high temperature change compared to normal model here. By 11 o'clock in the morning, we'll be 20 degrees below normal in Victoria, even colder than that, coming up by your Tuesday morning time, and keeping it very cold by the time we get to your Wednesday. And notice by the time we get to the end of the week, we'll be a little bit better. Warmer temperatures by the weekend, but you have to get to that point at a time, of course, go throughout the week. Cloudy skies throughout the entire state of Texas, maybe except for El Paso, and we're seeing the frozen precipitation chances, not really for the Golden Crescent region where we are here in the around Victoria, but areas from Gonzales northward. Run this model through your day on Monday. Freezing rain chances up there. And again for your Tuesday, even more so coming in for your Tuesday night and Wednesday with a pretty major winter weather event in the areas to the west of I-35. Not so much around here, except maybe a little bit in Gonzales County. So keeping it cold, very wintry for us around here. Temperature-wise, not so much frozen precipitation-wise. Have to get out there to the hill country for that. Got your full forecast one more time before we go later on this half hour. Carolina.
Thank you, Trey. Now to the latest on the Tyre Nichols case. Memphis police are permanently disbanding its Scorpion crime unit. 5 former officers on that unit are charged with murder in the brutal beating of Nichols that was caught on camera. From Memphis to Washington, new calls for new police reform as the Nichols family prepares to lay him to rest.
Now permanently disbanding the Memphis Police Department Scorpion Unit. Short for a street crimes operation to restore peace in our neighborhoods, the unit formed in November 2021 to patrol high crime spots. 5 now fired officers from that unit now facing murder charges in Tyre Nichols' death. all expected in court for arraignment next month. The night of January 7th, officers stopping Nichols and pulling him out of his car.
Damn, I didn't do anything.
An officer later seen trying to taser the 29-year-old as he ran. Nichols later tackled and beaten, and responding officers appearing to take more than 20 minutes before attempting any aid.
I feel that everyone there should be charged from both scenes, the first one and the second. Everyone.
2 Memphis Fire EMTs and 2 responding Shelby County Sheriff's deputies relieved of duty pending investigations. Experts say training standards for more than 18,000 U.S. police agencies are inconsistent and outdated. On Capitol Hill, party line divisions in new debates on police reform legislation.
Well, I don't know that there's any law that can stop that evil that we saw. That is just, just difficult to watch.
We need a national conversation about policing in a responsible, constitutional, and humane way.
And the Nichols family now preparing for Tyree's funeral set for Wednesday. Sources telling ABC News his parents are accepting an invitation to attend the President's State of the Union next month. Justin Finch, ABC News, Memphis.
2 teens face several charges this morning, including the unlawful carrying of a weapon after their arrest Saturday night. Police say shots fired and a theft call led them to a Victoria apartment complex where the 2 teens were caught trying to break into cars. Residents say one of the teens pointed a gun at them when they confronted the teens about the break-in. Police say the suspects are 15 years old. Both suspects face unlawful carrying of a weapon, mail theft, and theft of a firearm charges. One teen also faces aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. No injuries or property damage was reported related to the initial shots fired response. The time is now 6:46 on your Monday morning. Still to come, a dress worn by Princess Diana has sold for more than $600,000.
Hello, my name is Dr. Jack Lee, a cataract and glaucoma specialist at the Victoria Eye Center here in beautiful Victoria, Texas. Did you know there are some eye diseases that may not have any symptoms in the earlier stages? Glaucoma is one of these conditions. Glaucoma is a disease of the optic nerve which connects the eye and the brain. This can cause slow loss of peripheral vision over time. A major risk factor is increase in the pressure inside of the eye. If left undiagnosed and untreated, glaucoma can lead to significant vision loss, even blindness. Thanks to advances in technology, glaucoma can be diagnosed during routine eye exams. While there is no cure for glaucoma, there are treatments to manage the condition and preserve your vision. There's much more to learn about glaucoma in the eye. Contact the Victoria Eye Center today to schedule an eye exam, even if you aren't having active vision issues. As a glaucoma specialist, I look forward to helping you understand what's happening with your eyesight and answer all of your questions. Thank you for your attention.
In this morning's GMA First Look, car theft alert.
If you drive a Kia or a Hyundai, I would be on the lookout.
Now, 2 major insurers, State Farm and Progressive, are reportedly refusing to write policies for older model 2015 to 2019 Hyundais and Kias.
Auto insurers are in the business of selling policies and expanding their market share, so it's highly unusual for an auto insurer, even on a temporary basis, to hold off on taking on new policyholders based on the vehicle that they're driving.
USB turns in here, turns it off, turns it on.
So what should you do if you own one of these types of cars and don't have an insurance policy yet? We'll have the expert tips coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Type 2 diabetes?
Discover the Ozempic Trizone. In my Ozempic Trizone, I lowered my A1C, CV risk, and lost some weight.
In studies, the majority of people reached an A1C under 7 and maintained it. Ozempic lowers the risk of major cardiovascular events, such as stroke, heart attack, or death, in adults also with known heart disease. And you may lose weight. Adults lost up to 14 pounds. Ozempic isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. Don't share needles or pens or reuse needles. Don't take Ozempic if you or your family ever had medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2 or if allergic to it. Stop Ozempic and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or an allergic reaction. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Gallbladder problems may occur. Tell your provider about vision problems or changes. Taking Ozempic with the sulfonylurea or insulin may increase low blood sugar risk. Side effects like nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea may lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems.
Join the millions already taking Ozempic. Ask your healthcare provider about the Ozempic Trizone.
Good morning, good Monday morning. Trey Mining here. Cold temperature is definitely on your Monday. And future temperatures, well, by 7 o'clock, not too far from now, about 10 minutes away from now, 38 degrees in Gonzales, and continuing to get colder as it works throughout the day as that cold air filters into the crossroads throughout the day and dropping our temperatures to 40 degrees or so. We've more than likely already reached our high temperature for today, which was earlier this morning after midnight, where we'll be under that, 39 degrees by 7 p.m. Should be above freezing, but getting near freezing up there in the Nixon-Gonzales area, and that's prompting a winter weather advisory for that county for 9 a.m. today through your noon hour on your Wednesday. Cloudy skies all day long, scattered rain shower here and there. Nothing heavy, of course, but the freezing line, the freezing precipitation area getting closer, could be near Gonzales. So we're keeping that winter weather advisory for that county in today through your Wednesday at noon time. 46 degrees today. We've probably more than likely already reached our daytime high today. Cold conditions, scattered rain showers here and there. Overnight lows, 36 degrees. And highs tomorrow in the 40s again. Like today, keep the coats on. Definitely going to be a cold one. And that'll take you through the rest of the week. And look at this, by the weekend, looking nicer with highs near 70 on Sunday.
And now for today's question of the day. What currency is dispensed from Antarctica's only ATM? Like us on Facebook, Crossroads Today. Post your guess to today's question, and we'll have the answer later on Sunrise. A dress worn by Princess Diana of Wales sold for more than $600,000. Last Friday, this aubergine velvet ball gown went up for sale for the first time in 25 years. The dress is one of Princess Diana's most iconic gowns. She wore it for both an official royal portrait in 1991 and an intimate Vanity Fair spread in 1997. Sotheby's said it sold for $604,000, just over 5 times the $120,000 auction estimate. Designed by courtier Victor Edelstein, the strapless number features a sculptural sweetheart neckline and a tulip-shaped skirt. It last sold for $24,000 in 1997. A breathtaking dress. Still to come on Sunrise, news to know before you go. A fatal officer-involved shooting occurred Sunday night and resulted in the death of a Nashville man.
At a time when misinformation is all too common on social media, we take great pride in bringing you the news that matters, that impacts your family, news you can trust. Local broadcast journalists bring you the facts, covering the stories breaking in our community and across the globe. Text TV to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on local journalism. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Let's be real. Don't dine out when you could cook in. That's why I partnered with Home Chef. With Home Chef, get easy recipes and fresh ingredients delivered to your door. Don't worry, we got this. How good is that? All right, let's get cooking.
Home Chef. Delicious meets simple. Get 16 free meals when you sign up at homechef.com.
She grew up in front of us on one of the most popular family reality shows. Now this morning, Ginger Duggar reveals her story growing up in the Duggar family. Plus, Salma and Channing are bringing the magic too.
Good morning, America.
And now it's time for today's question of the day. What currency is dispensed from Antarctica's only ATM? All right, Trey. Oh, we got some guesses. Let's see. Australian dollar, IS dollar, US dollar, and then heat. Probably just fire.
There you go. Thanks for chiming in. Ready for the answer?
Ready.
The answer is ice cubes. No, I'm just joking. The answer is United States currency. Of course, there's the research station down there. People live there 24/7, so they got to have an ATM, obviously.
Is it called a cold hard cash?
It is, exactly. So thank you for chiming in. We'll have another question of the day, get you going for your Tuesday tomorrow morning.
Those frozen assets. A suicide bomber attacked a mosque this morning within a police compound in the northwestern Pakistani city of Peshawar. Authorities say at least 28 people are dead and as many as 150 worshippers are hurt. Most of the casualties are police officers. The targeted mosque is located within a sprawling compound which serves as the city's police headquarters. Police say between 300 to 350 worshippers were inside the mosque when the bomber detonated his explosives. No one immediately claimed responsibility for the bombing. An officer-involved shooting occurred Sunday night and resulted in the death of a Nashville man. Authorities say Officer Dylan Ramos responded to a call concerning a man yelling in the street with a gun. Upon arrival, Ramos gave a command for the man to drop the weapon before an interaction ensued and the man turned toward Officer Ramos in what was described as a threatening way. The Community Oversight Board Executive Director went out to assess the scene and Metro Police downloaded the body cam footage from Ramos and are looking at the surveillance video from the area. The video from the incident is expected to be released. No officers were hurt and the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation will conduct a full investigation. The intersection of Airline Road and Ben Jordan Street will remain closed for approximately 2 more weeks, weather permitting, as the City of Victoria repairs street damage caused by a major water main break January 14th. The closure is being extended because of additional damage that was discovered during the repair process. All businesses and homes in the work zone will remain accessible. Drivers should seek alternate routes during the closure. For more information, call 361-485-3400. And here's a notice for those of you summoned for jury duty on Wednesday, February the 1st. At the Justice of the Peace 3 Court, you are asked to not appear. If you are summoned for that 8:30 a.m. session, that session is canceled and will not be rescheduled. Victoria County Commissioners meet today at 10 a.m. at the Victoria County Courthouse. Here's a look at their agenda. They'll consider the 2-month lease extension amendment with Texas Facilities Commission, Texas Parks and Wildlife. They'll also consider approval of a services agreement with Lisa Kiner for media content creation. You can attend Commissioners Court today via Zoom if you cannot make it in person. DeWitt County held a competition within the Miss America program this weekend with teens coming all over Texas. From all over Texas to compete. It was hosted at the venue on Church Street in Cuero. The competition was open to girls aged 13 to 26 and included a panel of judges, a private interview portion, and a 90-second presentation of a talent of their choosing, red carpet attire, and an on-stage interview and social impact pitch. All of these portions of the competition helped the judges determine who would win the Miss DeWitt County prize package, which included a $1,000 scholarship for the Miss DeWitt and a $500 scholarship for the outstanding teen. Avery Bishop, who is Miss Texas, was a guest of honor, as well as Jabel Kimbrell, who was the Miss Texas Outstanding Teen Guest of Honor. Carissa Winters with the Innovation Collective of Victoria was the MC. Congratulations to all who competed. And we want to go ahead and get a last look at our forecast with First Warn Storm Team Meteorologist Trey Mining. Trey, a little precipitation in our forecast.
Exactly, there will be, and some of that could be on the frozen side. It's really in Gonzales County, actually. There's winter weather advisory today through the noon hour on your Wednesday. Temperatures continue to fall throughout the Crossroads region. Should be above freezing though in Victoria, though. By the time we get to 1 o'clock in the afternoon, we're about 40 degrees and mid-30s up there in Gonzales and Yoakum this morning. And we're taking the clouds and still keeping them in the forecast coming up. Scattered rain showers throughout the day. And that frozen precipitation getting close to Gonzales coming up for your day today, Monday, Tuesday into Wednesday. So that's prompting the winter weather advisory for that county there. Should be above freezing from Cuero southward. Those not looking for any winter weather event around here of any consequence, of course. Definitely going to be cold though. 46 degrees. We more than likely have reached our high already that occurred earlier this morning. So definitely under that. Cloudy skies and cold throughout the day. Off and on periods of rain. Overnight lows 36 degrees with cold conditions. Remember, freezing rain possible up there near Gonzales. 43 degrees for your day tomorrow, keeping it cold for us. And finally, seeing some warm temperatures and sunshine by the weekend. Be careful out there and stay posted on the weather and stay warm. Carolina?
Thank you, Trey, and thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful day. Just one more day left in January. Come to crossroadstoday.com for more local news, weather, and sports. And join James, Don, Howie, Karina, Gino today for 25 News Now at 5, 6, and 10. Make it a great start to your week.